I'm Les Banks. I'm a tour guide at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and today I'm in the American Wing. And right before you hit Washington Crossing the Delaware, if you take a right, you can see one of my favorite pieces by one of my favorite artists in the museum, and that is this beautiful Georgia O Keefe piece. So let's talk about it. So this is Cow's skull, red, white, and blue. It was painted by Georgia O Keefe in 1931 on one of her first trips to New Mexico. Georgia O Keefe had been painting a lot of cityscapes in New York at the time, and she was starting to feel a little bit claustrophobic both by New York and her relationship with Alfred Stieglitz, who is a very influential photographer and artist, but bad guy. And so she goes on her first trip to New Mexico and she's transformed. She moves there a few years after this. I think she moves there in like the 40s, so 9 years after her first trip, and then she ends her life there in 1986. So she spends the next 40 years in New Mexico painting the desert, and she really liked skulls and the desert, and she thought that it like kind of showed off the like fragility of the desert, but also the like strength and also the aliveness. There's something so like solid, but also like, I don't know, something very delicate about this as well. There's also something really symbolic about the colors, and even in the name, Cow's skull, red, white, and blue, and the colors used in this painting just sort of reflect the strength of the American spirit. Now, this is my own interpretation, but I also think there's something really interesting about the actual like geometry and shape of this, and like it kind of gives crucifix and cross a little bit. And Georgia O'Keeffe really knew what she was doing. She was really into like shape and form and how it was presented on a canvas. So I love this piece. It really catches your eye when you walk into the American Wing from this hallway over here. And I think Georgia O'Keeffe is a national treasure. And so are you. And so is the Met. Okay, love you, bye.